It's going to be team... Well, actually, let's take a look at team 2. We got ourselves Athel, we got ourselves Daedra. Is it playing more as Shadow build? Where's the Succubus? I didn't even see the Succubus. Kiss God, we got ourselves Not Iniquity as an Unholy DK. And we got Wargren versus Broton as more of the... Kyrian Boomy is... Oh, no, not Kyrian Boomy. Cole... We got Cole, we got Christina, we got ourselves Vargen as a... Is that Brizaz? No, it's not Brizaz. He's enhancement. Brizaz would have been something different. Frost Mage Yellow Lizard versus Kiss God. Playing now the Necrolord with Frostbolt build. That was a pretty big hit. That was a kind of a chunky Frostbolt. Just shot at him. Huh? Okay. What is that? I'm sorry, am I the only one impressed by that Frostbolt? It just chunked out a portion of his health. That is not what I'm used to for a live Frost Mage gameplay. Frost Mage gameplay right now, Frostbolts, it literally tickles. Like, you actually hit somebody with their in the health bar with a Frostbolt, and the bar might as well not move. Look at that! What was that? Gonna be a Shatter combo coming out for Yellow Lizard. Does check out of the Hodge. Is gonna have himself a Shimmer Port available with all the time as well. Kid's got taken a bit of damage though, as more procs are available for Yellow Lizard to add himself that all the time with more Frostbolts while frozen. Look at those things. Look at these things! With a big old ray of frost available, Kiss God got plenty of lay on hands healing while wings are up as well. He's gonna have himself lots of ability for the time being. Frostbolts available. The Novas doesn't apply though on Kisgot with that Hand of Freedom. No way to remove that Hand of Freedom for the time being. Big Shatters available for this Lances from Yellow. Try to get more Blizzard, more Frostbolts in there. Does get trapped on Arcane. Has plenty of opportunity to go for a full Blizzard onto Kisgot. And Yellow got himself plenty of those Frostbolts back to back. Gonna be quite a bit of hammer damage from Kisgot. Is Yellow Lizard playing the triple shield Lego? He is playing triple shield Lego. I would imagine it would be the best one. Rune of Power getting set up with the Blizzard to follow. Kisgot is going to get hit with a Nova. Blizzard is actually doing quite a bit of damage to him with a Frozen Orb. Actually, a decent amount of procs happening. Kisgot might actually be in trouble. Is going to go for an interrupt onto the Flesh God with a Wake of Ashes, trying to get himself full Seraphim Hodge onto Yellow. Could be an Ice Block out of the Mage with a full wreck available. Kisgot does go for a big Hammer Slam. And that's going to be Yellow Lizard in that Ice Block. Not getting the healing he needs while Ice Block. He is getting a little, actually. Very little. I don't think he has a conduit for it, like a proper conduit for it. This is going to resummon a whole new pet as Kisgot looks like he eliminated it. Try to get another Poly. Kisgot no more Rebuke available, is going to land another Poly onto the Pala. It looks like every time he sees the Pala, he does good stacks. Hand of Freedom going to keep him away from being rooted, being Novad. As Alta Time is up for Yellow Lizard. Doesn't really have a lot of self-heals for the time being. Hanging out by the Alta Time location for Yellow Lizard. Does decide to remove it instead. Decides not to port back to that location. At least the shields might be okay for him for the time being. As Kiss got actually slowed to a halt, shield event is not really helping him at all. Yellow with no soul binds, really? Okay, that might actually be a problem then. That actually might make it rough. Yeah, if you got no soul binds, that definitely is gonna make this duel a little bit harder because soul binds how they heal. At least how mages heal in general. He got no shield healing, he got no ice block healing, which is going to be extra rough. Trinket out of the Hammer of Justice. Kids got setting up some wings. It's going to be blinded to Yellow Lizard with a wreck and everything. Trying to make the most damage happen. Big old Dam comes out with a final verdict. Yellow does get himself a shield at the very last second. He is going to have to go get some food at some point. He's going to have to go get some food. And maybe get a Nova onto Kisgod with his pet. He might have to get the pet around the corner with the Nova. Does Nova him. It's going to be Hand of Freedom. At least got himself a couple bites to eat. All the time is up in case his health really drops low. Can use it for mobility if he needs to. It looks like Kisgod is just gonna go behind the pillar. Yeah, Lizard can take the ult time. Looks like he's not gonna. Into a Poly onto Kisgod. As Yellow trying to go for a bit of damage himself again. Oh, these bushes, dude. It's kind of in my face. That's gonna be mostly if he has Hand of Freedom, he will be able to remove a lot of the damage from Frostmage. Looks like he doesn't actually. Hand of Freedom does come out towards the very tail end. Gonna be an interrupt from the Paladin onto the Fleshcraft, but Yellow still has plenty of shields available for the time being. Ray of Frost dropping down the health bar of Kisgod, does set up with a Hutch, has a second Ice Block available, and Kisgod recovers all that health in a single global. That's just absolutely nuts. He just recovered so much health just in a single go. Wasn't even with wings either. I don't think he was even super low on health either to get the healing hands proc, just crit. Absolutely nuts. Yeah, without soul binds, Yellow Lizard has no way of healing. There was actually no chance for him to be able to stand toe to toe. Because you need to have some kind of healing against a Paladin, especially with no dampening. But the damage he had was really, really good. Like, it was a lot of really good little setups. I wonder if ice wall would have been helpful in that regard. I mean, it's a kind of a risky talent, but I wonder if that could have been good. Maybe like put up ice wall down and get some food, block off the paladin from being able to get away from the mage. Actually having to like bust down through the wall first. That's going to be a stun on a Kisgod. Trinket available for Var. Normal wall available. Blind. And Kisgod trying to go for the most holy damage possible. Does throw a bunch of hammers into Var. Gets a good proc. Trying to go for a Hex. Not happening. Going to be a Fleshcraft since no more interrupt by the Paladin. Big wreck coming down to Var. Actually has his Fleshcraft shield. I think it's hitting him through the Fleshcraft shield. Is he? He is. Maybe? Yes, he is. 100% he is. Gonna be that static totem dropping onto Kisgod, not let him go anywhere. He's stuck over there with the slimes as well as with wolves. He dropped the static totem just to make sure he can't chase after him. That's actually so clever. Shilovich is up for Kisgod. And Var is gonna have to bust through it really quickly. Fleshcraft is up, just get interrupted on. Oh, and Shilovich will slap back at the boy. So far, Kisgod got 2 kills under his belt. Not bad at all. Not bad at all, boys. Christina going for a bit of a reset himself with his Shadow Meld or with a Reset Prowl. Try to see if he can get himself an open onto Kisgod. Convoke the Spirits coming out. Blessing of Protection roll for the Pala. As he does get Yoing back in. Cyclone to follow and Christina. I think just looking for another Restealth. He did. Oh, not going to be able to. The Hand of Hindrance is going to keep him in combat though. Hodge to follow. Does have a Barks as well as Trinket. Kisgod looking to get some big damage over Christina. And that's going to be a blind, able to get some holy damage without physically touching Christina. He does keep him blinded, which acts like a pseudo stun. Kisgod though taking lots of damage unless he's careful. Bubble does not come out, and Christina does get the big old bite. I think Kisgod trusted the light too much, was prepping for another Word of Glory just then and there. Hunter's Mark on Christina immediately, so you cannot catch a proper reset versus Wargren. That's going to be Morgan dipping in, getting some dots. Silence to follow onto Crusader. Does Harpoon actually just go through the wall with that thing? Wall might have to come out for Crusader. Does go for a maim onto Wargren. Does he have the Convoke to follow him? He does bust out of the cat form. Maybe he tried to go for a Convoke for self-heals. No, he just gets himself a bit of a self-healing with a Hot as well as Swiftman. And trying to maintain himself as best as possible. Wargren still has him fully dotted up. Feign Death really quick for Wargren. Still holding on to Trinket. Actually, he snuck in a camo for a moment. Didn't really help him too much. Needs a Manic Better to summon for this bleeds. Big bash into Wargren. Does the Trinket? He doesn't. It is CR bash. Still maintaining the dots as well as a 100's mark onto Christina as best as possible. It's going to be a steel trap, locking him down for a moment. Got plenty of dots, plenty of bleeds. Christina has a bark skin to deal with this. Got himself Tiger's Fury to get some damage rolling. Wargren does not sit stun along at all. Super low in health turtle, but the bleeds have set in. And the final tick does take him out. Iniquity is going to be up next versus Christina, trying to see if he can catch up some healing before he actually has to fight against the Death Knight. Iniquity got himself the full pet up and running. Short stun to Christina as he's trying to stay away from him. Silence onto the Druid. Full army that are joining the fight. Is going to be a bear form. Why is Silence? He actually can't do some of the healing he needs. And the army might actually be able to talk him down right now. If they can keep him slowed and the army can just get the claws in on the guy. No, looks like big mobility coming out for Christina. Massive movement for this guy. Big old leap and just leapt a bounds away from Iniquity. Death and Decay on one side. But the opening is free on the other. Iniquity just have to wait out for Christina until later. Gonna be Christina with a full Tiger's Fury set up. Barks get up. Thorns is available. Iniquity does have AMS rolling. Potentially a Spell Warden as well. Hard to tell. No, I don't even know if he's running Spell Warden. Although it would help him with Thorns. Because it does get a shield that procs quite constantly. Big old grippy hand available. Does have the shackles of Christina. Silence, and as well as some of that health is necrotic out. Although Christina is able to recover that health because the shackles did not last the full duration. Full Spell Warden does play it. Never mind. Army that had joined the fight yet again. Christina does not have a wall for this one. So if Iniquity can just keep those pets on Christina, he might have a good spot. Got himself Lichborn available for self-heals. Short bash onto Iniquity. Is that bite going to be enough? Iniquity still has a bunch of health to work with. Stun short onto Christina. Christina survived the army of the dead. Still alive and kicking. Barely any health left though. Thorns and walls available. Does get a big old bite into Iniquity. Barely surviving but did recover and turn it around. Well done. Well done. Trinkets out of it. Doesn't really go for a proper stun or interrupt onto Daedra. No, actually it does have no Skull Bash available. That's what it was. Daedra is going to get himself a full turn up and running. Does he have himself the big burst go? Got himself Decimating Bolt. Demon Bolts coming in. is going to be able to stop these pets from approaching him with Ursals. Look at him getting yoinked in. Crazy. Actually crazy. Oh, okay. It's bugged. Alright, so it says it absorbs 0 damage. I wonder if it's on purpose, so it's supposed to be disabled in PvP. Those shards. Because I don't think Blizzard wants you to be able to use those shards in PvP. They'd rather use the PvP gear for PvP. So maybe that's on purpose, Atham. But I don't think the bugged interaction is supposed to work like that. But I think that a 0 absorption is supposed to work like that in PvP. It's going to become Vogue. The Spirit's coming out for Christina. Doesn't really get the biggest damage to Daedra. I think it might have been split among the pets. As Daedra trying to get another Fear up and running onto Christina. Bash, getting the bleeds up and running. Get the mean bites back to back. Skull bashing on the Fear. Going to be a stun onto Christina. As Daedra trying to see if he can claw his way back to an army of demons. If he can just rebuild real quickly. Does get the double stun onto Christina with the Fel Guards. Trying to go for a Fear, but Christina does have the bleed set into Daedra. Got him super low. And does end up taking him out. Big ol' combo with the Spirits coming out for Christina. Doesn't get the biggest damage onto Atha, but does build up the calm points needed for Christina to get those back-to-back bites. Got himself Feral Frenzy off it and everything. Berserk is up. Big damage available for Atha Woman. Christina trying to go for big damage of his own. Shield of Vengeance is up. Atha trying to see if he can just end the duel right here. Big slap back onto Christina, but also super low on health himself. There's going to be Christina with no health whatsoever, trying to see if he can wall and just run it out of there. Atha Woman might just need to stand still and get himself big heals. Absolutely no health available. Trying to get himself whatever healing he can, but it's going to be a bite, lockdown by Christina. Just had the calm points ready to go. Man, that is nutty. Kiss got with a bunch of damage and a bunch of healing, actually. Kind of crazy. Actually, just a one-man army. Christina did more healing than damage, but that's a feral druid. I think that if anything, they might end up nerfing all the self-heals next week. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see, boys. You know what I mean? Alright, let's get another open running, yeah?